Hello everyone, I'm Raul and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you my tips and techniques how to draw a hand. We're working on the skin and we do everything if it's necessary using a few suppliers, but the most important thing is we're working with only one pencil. Before to start, we need to have a blank paper on a drawing. So we need to protect the drawing and also a very good sharp pencil. I will start this by outlining so I can have the shape of the finger. I'm starting with the fingers and slowly I will show you how to do the details as well. Today we will use a few suppliers like brushes, like erasers, but if you stay with me till the end you will see how easy you can do. So let's start to add the outlines. I'm working only with 8B grade, so this portrait will be made only by 8B grade. We are quite far, so from now is not a problem. You know how to do light tone, dark tone using 8B grade, how to work light with this to do light highlights and also outlines. The most important thing is before to start is to outlining very well. If your outlines are very well made, you will have no problem till the end of the drawing. If you go wrong from the beginning with the outlines, all drawing will be wrong. So let's see how the outline need to be made perfectly and correctly. I'm working by proportions and I take everything step by step. For example, I do one finger at a time. Because it's the smallest work on the big finger, we start with this one. The position of the pencil when we draw light skin is this one. Always I do by shade. But remember, we need to have very good sharp pencils so you can work very light tone. We don't need pressure and we check the reference photo for this. I'm not adding too much graphite on the top side finger because I will push the rest of the graphite using a brush. I want to thank you to everyone to come back on my live drawing, and if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe on my channel for more videos and also click on the bell notification. You will see all my work process by process on my YouTube channel, guys. And also you can learn from me tips and techniques in realistic drawing. As you can see, I'm going always with the shadows. I started already with the shadows because I'm happy with the outline, and I'm using soft makeup brush for the beginning. I need to make sure this is clean. If I used to work this brush before, I need to make sure it's clean. Hello Art by Sue, welcome back to live drawing. I'm happy to see you here back. That's no problem, that's fine. We will check your drawing Art by Sue on Passion for Art on our group. Now we focus on the lesson, guys, and I try to clean the small soft makeup brush so I can use on the shadows. You can use a blending stump if you like, but very clean one. Make sure you don't have any graphite left on blending stump, or you can use cotton buds. I prefer soft makeup brush because it's pushing very well graphite into the tooth of the paper. I'm coming with a little bit more shadows where the finger is touching the second finger. To go close with the reference photo. I'm pushing everything from the dark tone into light tone. And I'm used for this soft makeup brush. My way is light touching of the brush with the paper, or I can go by small circular motions. That's the lesson, guys. Very important lesson also, where we learn how to work very light with 8B grade. So I will show you my techniques. How can I work with suppliers and pencils for the light tone. This part of the hand is very highlighted, so I need to work with very light tone, even lighter than the face tone. So we learn today how to use the pencil for this type of the tone. But as you can see, how nice soft makeup brush can help us as well. No problem, Arbaisu, you're welcome. I'm just pushing a little bit graphite from the dark tone into lighter, so I can build a gradient like a light, very light gray. To the end, I'm adding a little bit more details, which are close to the nail, just light shadows. And I can blend these small shadows with the same brush. Because I want this skin looking realistic, same as all portrait, I'm coming with Faber-Castell Perfection eraser, and I'm dotting very light from light to dark. Why I'm dotting from light to dark, not from dark to light? Because now we need to highlighting, not to add the dark tone, yeah? So when we're adding the dark tone, we're going from dark to light. When we're adding the highlights, we need to start with the highlights on light tone to dark, yeah? Because it's not necessary to add highlights and pores on the dark tone always. They are just small details, but really helpful for realistic drawing. And we finish it with this big finger. I'm using Tombow Monozer eraser just to highlighting the outline much better, a little bit. I need to be very, very white this part. So only the outline I need to be very clear. We're moving now to draw the second finger. And look at that, how light I need to go even here, even on rest of the finger. Let's see how we can do this. Thank you very much, my love. Welcome. I start with the nail. And I'm starting with the outline of the nail. I'm so happy and glad, guys, to show you all my tips and techniques. Hopefully one day you can draw like me, and you can make even customers if you start to draw commissions. I'm not worried if you draw something. You can also tag me, guys, as your teacher. I'm very glad if you use my techniques. Look at that. I just touched very light the paper with my pencil, and because it was very good sharp, I don't need to press at all. And now with the brushes, just go light and push a little bit graphite on the outline and lose a little bit all the graphite into the nail, which is the highest part. Where is the highlights? But we need shadows on the bottom of the finger, and we'll learn to do this one in a minute. Not before to clean the nail to be very perfect white. As you can see, guys, always when we're working in a small parts, a little bit graphite is going into all directions, but I'm not worried about this because I'm a professional artist. I know how to handle and fix everything. So that's why we have erasers. Now we're moving further with small circle emotions. We start to draw. Now it's time to learn why I'm going from dark to light, because I do the tones. So I'm starting from dark with small circle emotions. And I push all the dark tone into the lighter area. Why? Because I want to build a gradient. Stay with me to see how we can do this, guys. Look at that, how light is going my pencil, and if I don't need graphite till the end, I'm not put too much graphite here because I can push with a brush or cotton buds, whatever you like to use. Between the nail and the finger, I need to have a little bit highlights, so I'm not going till the end with the graphite. And because my pencil, as you can see, always is very good sharp, I can use this technique by small circle emotions, and repeating the layers, we build nice tone. If you remember, always when I'm on the lesson, I will telling you guys and I will asking you to insist and stay longer on the layering when you blend the skin. I do another layer, which is starting to build a shadow. I'm staying on a circle emotions because this technique is the closest way to the skin drawing. Because I need darker, I'm coming another layer. And same, I repeat the layer, still I'm happy with the dark tone. But as you can see, guys, I'm going always slowly in progress. That make me to focus on the reference photo. Achieving very nice drawing. With circle emotions, I'm gonna use blending stump. No, sorry, cotton buds. So I can mix this graphite, building the gradient from dark to light. We can do this with blending stump, cotton buds. If the drawing is bigger, you can use also toilet paper for smoothing this part of the skin, or different type of brushes. To go in close with the reference photo, I'm coming with another layer and maybe two to add the dark tone, which is the outline for the finger. I need to make sure to don't go too dark. And to do this, I'm going with small circle emotions without any pressure. I follow the reference photo for the shadows. Now it's time to build the gradient. Make the finger looking 3D. On the bottom side, we need to add the dark tone, which is the shadow. We don't draw only the line, we need to make the line soft, smooth, and build in gradient that make the drawing looking 3D. If I draw only the outline, it's not looking professional and realistic. So always we follow the bottom side line, and we need to blend layers by layers till we're happy with the dark tone. I'm using soft makeup brush for the last time of the smoothing. And where the highlights is, or the lighter area, I'm going very light, only with 1, 2 repeating of the touching, like this. I'm going further, and I'm adding rest of the details, and I need to have the perfect outline. For this, I'm using again this pencil, and you can do this only with very good sharp pencil. This will be the last time for the shape of the finger. If you remember, we have also erasers to rebuild and erase for the perfect shape. Hi George, welcome back to live drawing. I'm checking the reference photo if I have the perfect shape. Yes, I have. I can go further, adding more layers. And now, as you can see, very light again, but a little bit darker on the outline. So this is my outline, and I need to make all this outline making like a loose line, like a color red, because I don't need a line. I need just the separator for the second finger. Going with small circle motions. Remember the position of the pencil. We're working with 8B grade always, guys. I'm not changing the pencil. It's not a trick. We're working all this portrait using 8B grade. If you learn to use a blending stump for the blend, you can work with blending stump if you like, or if you can learn my techniques by brushes and cotton buds. How to make this finger looking 3D, not only a line. We need to draw the outline, same color as outline is with the color of the finger. So if I have this light gray on the finger, I'm coming to repeat the layers on the outline until I get the same color. But as you can see on this finger, we have to draw the details as well, the lines, the outlines, and also the pores for the skin. So if you like my drawing and my techniques, stay with me to see how we can finish this drawing. As I told you guys, always when I draw, I check the reference photo. So during the process, my eyes is jumping on the reference photo as well. I want to do the perfect shadows, the shapes, and also the details. Because we have highlighting here and a few details by highlights, I will show you easy way how to do this without any problem. If you are a beginner, you can learn this in very easy ways. So we add the light shade of the layers. We do this with the pencil. Remember, we're not looking for dark tones, so don't insist too much with the layering on this part. And I'm coloring with graphite all this part of the finger to show you the easiest way. I can do same as professional, slowly in progress, and respecting also the highlights. So I just need to do the perfect outlines before, but I will show you the easiest way that you can draw the finger. To do the professional thing, I need to avoid all these highlights and draw very light. I don't want to do this. I want to show you the easiest way how to do the fingers, how to do the skin for the fingers in most easiest way. I have enough graphite for a while. If I need to come in with dark tone, I just repeat the layers. I'm coming again with soft makeup brush, blending stump or cotton buds. This time I'm going on cotton buds because it's very soft touch on the paper. I'm going by small circular motions, and I follow the reference photo for the tone. How dark the tone is, I need to go close with the reference photo. Now the most important part is coming. We do the miracles to make the finger looking 3D realistic and also very, very good drawing. As you can see, I'm just using the highlighted part on the top side finger, and I'm coloring and smooth this all the finger with the graphite. I need to have all the finger very good blended. I'm coming now with the easiest way, which is Tombow Mono Zero eraser. In this way, guys, you will see how nice you can add realistic drawing of the finger using my techniques. And as you can see, we need to build the highlights, this one, yeah, and also this. Let's see how we can build. We're starting with a line. And I can do this in easy way because I have already the blanket of the graphite here, the layers. We respect the reference photo for the highlights. Remember, guys, these are very important parts in our drawing. If you do the highlights in the right way, it will be more easy for you to draw the rest of the finger. I mean, if you want to go close with the reference photo, respect the highlights position. As you can see, my eraser, Tombow Mono Zero eraser is very good sharp. Look at that, just oblique sharp, and I have very good supplier. But look at that, how many beautiful details we can add with this. And we not stop here because we will do these highlights looking very realistic, adding a few more layers. I'm going very light to build also the skin. How to do the perfect skin on the finger is going by crossover. I will show you how. I'm going with the lines, like vertical lines for the first time. And I need to respect this part to build a perfect finger. Remember, the eraser need to be very good, sharp and clean. Now I just build the proper skin by highlighting on the layers. which in my opinion is the easiest way. If you remember when we draw the dog portrait, we use graphite pencil to add the white fur, which is the easiest way to draw the white fur. Same we do here for the details. I'm coming now crossover. Always crossover. If you add a little bit highlights, the skin, it will look more realistic. But remember, you can use this technique of crossover only on the fingers. Also, as you can see, very light. Now it's time to make this more visible, and for this we need pencil. Very light. We're working on the shadows. We check where the highlights are, and on the top side of the highlights we're coming with the graphite, same as this. Let's see how we can do this. I like to go by dotting, slowly in progress, and also very safety. I'm glad to see you back here, everyone. On my channel, we learn to draw realistic step by step, guys. We build a shadow for the vein. Here is a vein, and we do this very slowly and light. And now, guys, I'm not using brush, cotton buds, I'm using blending stump. It's very important to know which supplier to use and when. So blending stump will help me to blend this skin, also very clean and sharp. Before to start to draw, every day is good to clean and sharp your suppliers, as erasers, blending stump, and pencils, necessary pencils. Can you imagine what's happened with my drawing if I have blending stump full of graphite, like on the other side, and I'm using this on the highlighted part? I might ruin my drawing, yeah? A little bit more shadow on the vein side. I'm coming with graphite. I do another layer, but also very light. Make this vein looking more realistic. Again, blending stump. Number 1, guys, because it's the smallest blending stump. I can do the rest of the shadows. As I told you, I'm not looking for dark tone even for the shadows. In this way, I'm going with small circles, emotions, and dots, using blending stump, the pencils, and cotton buds. Let's add more details as shadows. As you can see, even if it's 8B grade, if I'm working very light with this pencil, I can do miracle on my papers. Remember, if you're ready to draw a commission, try to use one of my techniques to see how nice you can work. And if you already do, good luck with your commissions, and do your best to make happy your customers. Again, blending stump helped me to blend the lines, make the finger 3D realistic. Also, I need to add a shadow on this part. From the outline, I'm adding a little bit graphite. Of course, I'm starting to add the graphite from the outline. If I'm coming with blending stump, you will see the gradient build on this part. I love to work in gradients, guys. Make the drawing more realistic. I'm taking now slowly the parts for the lines on the fingers which are into the highlights. But I'm not losing the details for the shadows. As you can see, I just repeat the layers till I'm happy with the we mix the skin with the lines, and as you can see the details by eraser, even the crossover, they're still visible, which is right a little bit lighter but still good. We check the reference photo if we are happy with the design, and we're checking for the last time for the shadows. If I need to add more shadows, I want to go with the finger make same as reference photo. Remember guys, always when you work on a tablet, on your phone, the picture is lighter than on your photo, so don't be confused about this. Try to do close as reference photo color, nothing happened. I'm coming with the shadows on the outlines, which make the drawing looking 3D now. As you can see, I'm still going by small circle motions, following the reference photo for the shadows. Where we don't need to add the pressure on the pencil, we don't add the pressure at all. We learn to work with the pencil in the right way. That's why I'm here guys, to show you how to use the darkest pencil in your set in the right way, build more tones. Let's suppose you're not drawing the portrait only using one pencil. You can use all the necessary pencils that you have in your set. But remember, when you draw a portrait, try to draw a palette that I showed you a long time ago in my lessons. Do a palette of the color from grades from 2H to 8B. You will see, guys, the tone, the closest tone on the skin that you draw. And you will know definitely which pencil you need by the grades. As you can see, for the shape of the finger, I'm coming with eraser, and I want to go close to the reference photo for the shape. Because I'm going light in layers without any pressure, I can do the perfect shape, and I can rebuild the shape if I want. Hopefully you love my lessons, guys, are easy to learn. I do my best to understand everything we do. We need to build these parts for the shadows on the finger, for the bones. How to do this? Small circle motions, we build from dark to light. Of course, always we check the reference photo to see the size of the shadow. Nee, baby. After the first layer is done, I'm checking the reference photo if I need to go darker. If not, I'm coming with a blend with cotton buds, different brushes or blending stump. I'm not happy with the dark tone, so I'm coming with another layer. Just make sure you check the reference photo for the tone. Be professional, be inventive, be patent. Now I'm using cotton buds to mix a little bit this part of the graphite. As you can see, these cotton buds help me to push the graphite into the tooth of the paper. Depends which paper you use. If you use the hot pressed paper, you need to do more layers. If you use, like me, Canson Bristol paper, I'm using Canson Bristol paper A3 size, 250 GSM, pure white, and it's not very hot pressed. So that means you don't need too many layers. Now, for the last time, I'm using Jumbo Mono Zero eraser to add the rest of the highlights for the skin. I'm going with lines to build the skin, and of course I'm going crossover to make the skin looking very realistic. Same as realism. If I'm happy with the highlighting, I'm coming with a dark tone for the outlines, just in case if I need. If I don't need, I'm going only with blending stump, and I try to use only the blending stump for the shadows. As you can see, this part of the finger, because the skin is different, I'm going very light using blending stump. Of course, I'm staying on number 1. That's the way to draw fingers, guys. That's the way to draw skin hand. Hopefully you love it. And we will go further with the lesson. Stay tuned, because we will finish this portrait. So look at that, how the finger is looking on my drawing and how it's looking on the reference photo. I forgot to mention, guys, please upload your drawing or the process of your drawing if you draw this portrait with me. I want to show you your progress. I want to see your progress, and I want to show you if you do well or if you need a little bit help. In this way you can become professional artist very easy. Don't forget, even the smallest details make your drawing realistic or even hyper realistic. As you can see, I have even the small vein on the finger designed, so we're working very realistic. Use your talent to improve your drawing. Always check the reference photo, and don't forget, I'm here for help. Thank you very much, guys, for another lesson. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm waiting you guys for the next lesson. Bye bye and have a good night. Ce frumos, așa-i?
Da, foarte.